This is Claire Montgomery with the EBC headlines. Iceland threatened with invasion. Air bridge to be halted. The Ministry of Defence now believes Iceland will be a key card in the Russian strategy. At a meeting in London, analysts also expressed concern that the combined ICE-4 units on the island weren't capable of fighting an invasion and that there mightn't be enough time to draft in help. In America, government officials have told the president to stop supplies to the Allied air bridge to Iceland. Speaking from the White House, Helena Campbell says that it's too dangerous to continue with the sport transfers when the early warning system in the North Atlantic region is under threat. We'll be bringing you up to date on the war situation as it evolves.
Online and correct. Autopilot engaged. Autopilot disengaged. Autopilot engaged. All systems online and correct. Missile launched. Two missile launched. One. Waypoint passed. Autopilot engaged. Autopilot engaged. Autopilot disengaged. Autopilot engaged.
The EBC headlines in brief. Russian bombing attacks on Iceland. Mass demonstrations show public opposition to the war. Allied forces have intercepted Russian bombers in Icelandic airspace. Here's more from Bob Harris in Iceland.
There was a ferocious air battle across the island, the outcome of which is unclear. The Allied forces put all their might into defending against intensive bombing raids. Movement on the island has become difficult, and we expect a communications blackout at any moment. Bob Harris, Iceland.
Back in Europe, military experts have warned NATO leaders that this latest incident shows that Russia intends to launch a major invasion of Iceland. If it does, it would have major consequences for this war. In Brussels, there's been growing fear and public discontent. 13 people have been arrested. Jason Tansley reports.
Following a meeting of all NATO heads of state, the protesters showed their anger at their perceived lack of positive results from NATO. Ironically, the doomsday weapons that could halt the Russian advance are also the same weapons that could endanger millions of lives in Europe. And without direct support from the US, European countries need to rally together to protect from further attacks. Jason Tansley reporting.
The EBC News headlines in brief. Icefall battles against the odds over Iceland. Norway and Poland completely occupied. The multinational force defending Iceland is reported to have attacked large numbers of Russian long-range bombers. Icefall are outnumbered, but they're flying the latest Eurofighter Typhoon aircraft. It's believed they've destroyed a number of Russians. Air defences have survived the significant bombardments by aircraft and cruise missiles. Intelligence sources have confirmed that Russian ground troops are now in almost total occupation of northern Norway and significant areas of Eastern Europe. Experience has shown NATO that air attacks alone won't be enough to stop the progress of the Russians. They also know it takes time to organise the Allied troops on a scale that makes them effective. That's it for now. We're back soon. The EBC News headlines in brief. Russian Icelandic invasion force at sea. Icefall prepares for defence of Icelandic territory. More than 100 ships are known to have set sail from Russia on course for the invasion of Iceland. The massive fleet is reported to include destroyers, transporters and marine assault ships with hovercraft and helicopters. Military experts are urging NATO to react quickly against this latest offensive, but current commitments in Europe are hampering direct action. The Prime Minister is calling for backup from the US North Atlantic Fleet. There's been talk of the quality of ICE-4 and the elite Typhoon team, but against such attacks they'll have a tough fight on their hands. Bob Harris reports from Iceland.
The mood here is one of sheer determination to beat the odds. Despite the urgency of the situation, NATO leaders have been unable to satisfy requests for backup. The troops are nervous but willing to put up a good fight. Many here believe that NATO has abandoned Iceland, while others say that ICE-4 is ready and able to fight a decisive battle. All we can do is wait. Bob Harris, Reykjavik, Iceland.
EBC News Bulletin. ICE-4 intercepts high-speed Russian assault on Iceland. RAF combat air patrols based in Scotland have detected fast-moving objects travelling across the sea off the coast of Norway. The previous reports of a huge vehicle assembly station have been confirmed, and the objects have been identified as chronoplanes, also known as Caspian Sea Monsters. The Caspian Sea Monsters that were originally designed to transfer troops over the Black Sea are water-skimming aircraft capable of carrying up to 150 fully equipped troops at speeds across calm waters. The new variant, first spotted by an RAF Nimrod last week, has been modified to cope with the rougher waters of the North Atlantic. It's believed the Spetsnaz commandos have already been landed on Icelandic soil in preparation for a major assault. Claire Montgomery, EBC News. EBC News Bulletin. ICE-4 intercepts high-speed Russian.
Autopilot engaged. Autopilot disengaged. Autopilot engaged. Waypoint passed. Waypoint passed. Waypoint passed.